Alright, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna pull some cards and see what comes out for us today. Normally, I pull another card, but I'm gonna pull like one of these affirmation cards first today. Also, let me turn my fan on. Hold on, it's kind of hot in here. Alright, so alright. So we get the law of attraction adds power to both problems and solutions. So it says the realization that something is not as you want it to be is an important first step. But once you have identified that, the faster you are able to turn your attention in the direction of a solution, the the better. Because a continuing exploration of the problem will prevent you from finding the solution. The problem is a different vibrational frequency from the solution, and all thoughts or vibrations are affected by or managed by the law of attraction. So, you are in this space of realizing what it is that you don't want in your life. But you are also in this space of not understanding that ooh, by you focus on something or a situation and seeing it as a problem, it is creating more problems for you and causing you to have the inability to attract a solution. But when you're looking at a situation, circumstance, and condition and and intentionally seeking solutions to what these things are being projected to you as problems, then you won't see a solution. You won't see a way out. So if you're a person that is constantly attracting solutions and you're a solution based and oriented person, then you see nothing but opportunities. But when you are somebody that only see problems, then you only see things as chaos, drama, uh, trauma, lack, instability. I hope that makes sense. So let's see what the current energy is. So the current energy is the lovers, kindred spirits, team, soul bond. So you may be having a situation or a problem with someone you may be in a romantic relationship with or a partnership. It don't have to be a lover. It can actually be like a job, a work situation. It could be somebody you actually love. It could be something you actually love and you're sensing a problem about something that you love. I've also been picking up on the sense that people are changing, uh they're having a change in their diet. So things that they may have actually been in love with, they are now uh, coming across it being or bringing them problems. They may be finding that they are having ascension pains. So, like when you're going through a transformation or an ascension, you the things that you may have previously been in love with are now giving you some sort of problem. So, like, say if you ate the same thing uh, for lunch or whatever, and you just love it, and you've been eating the same thing for lunch for years, but now all of a sudden you can no longer even eat that anymore. And you don't even know why something that you love so much is now making you sick. It could be the fact that you're changing. You are starting to attract something different. You're attracting a new love. Maybe spirit is trying to get you to change what it is that you love. Or maybe you have been experiencing uh maybe you've been experiencing something where you feel like you need to explore more options. And this is the only way in which spirit can get your attention, for you to explore your options in a certain situation, circumstance, or condition. Like they can't get you to try and see something new if you don't try something new. So that's what I'm picking up on it. What's happening behind the scenes? What is it that we need to know that we cannot see? So we got two. So you're having clarity, a breakthrough, and insight about some work. So again, this might not even be about no like nothing that you love in regards to like what I was just talking about, but that was just something that I was picking up on, and that was just something I was picking up on. But you're getting clarity about some work. The way you've been approaching your job behind the scene, you love it, but God is probably giving you a new way in how to approach this job so that it can be better for you, so that you can be more efficient, more effective. That's what I'm hearing. And it could lead to a pay raise. Because I'm also picking up on the fact that people love the way that you approach things that they deem as a problem at the job. And you're the one that comes with the solutions. But even though that you're really good at it, it's becoming a problem for you. So you're starting to sense like, maybe I need to cut some of this out. Maybe I need to cut out them being so heavily reliant on me, because by them being so reliant on me, I don't see a way for me to move up where they'll just give you a raise, but there will be no promotion. They might increase your pay, but you might want to discover new things about the company, or even discover new things about yourself. And you may be I'm also picking up on the fact that you may be falling out of love with it, which is causing a problem for you. It's causing for you not to attract the insight that you need for you to be truly back in love with it. What's the positive about this? Yeah, it's rival, contest, clash. So we got 5 of Wands. So I feel like you're having a breakthrough on how to approach something that is being perceived as a competition, which y'all know how to talk about that. There is no competitions. So you're like cutting through that perceived narrative of you have to do it in a certain way, you have to be in love with the work and cut through the competition, you have to be in love with the competition. Like, you're cutting away that narrative. You're realizing that that is something that you don't want. And that's the first step that you need to take, is realizing that you no longer are in love with this. You no longer are receiving the pay that you want from this job. And then by you having the clarity of that, it cuts away from this internal clashing that you're experiencing, and not just the internal clashing. You may be experiencing clashing and problems in the external world, and you're not understanding what is the problem, and ultimately the problem is just the fact that um, you haven't been able to identify the fact that you've been giving your attention to this competition. I hope that makes sense. So let's see. What is the low vibrational? Like, what is the problem? I'm just going to go with that. All right, the problem is the journey, completion, wholeness. So it's the world card. So it could be the process. It might be the fact that you have not been able to see an end to this process. You haven't been able to see an end in this journey. I also see the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. So it's like you haven't been able to see this cycle come to an end. It doesn't feel complete. It don't make you feel complete anymore. You're not feeling complete in this competition, this perceived competition at this job. And so something that you once loved, you feel like you gotta grind even more. And uh, you're getting clarity on the fact that this rivalry, this perceived contest that you're in at this space is like it's not a part of your bigger destiny. It's not a part of the faith that you are asking God to reveal to you, like what's beyond this particular point. Because you want to be done with this. And this space seems to not be able to offer uh, a next level for you. That's what I'm perceiving. But in actuality, it's only you. You get to determine what's the next level for you. I'm also getting the fact that no, that's too many. I'm also getting the fact that your gifts will make rooms for you. Yes. So boss, visionary, hustler. Like you have to have a vision for your life. Like, what is your gift? What do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself going? And you being able to tell them these things. Like you being able to tell them the problem is that I'm in a different headspace right now from this being perceived or being projected onto me as the solution to all of my problems. And you're like, this ain't a solution for me. I see myself uh, being in a different place. I see myself having way more than what y'all can offer me. Yeah, you may be able to offer me a pay raise, but the pay raise ain't gonna be enough for me to be able to do what it is that I want to do. And you being in this space of being a boss, cutting out all of the competition. You don't need to compete. There's no need for you to even compete. You're in a higher vibration. We still got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Like you're in control of your destiny. You're saying like, girl, I want to be somewhere else, and I'm gonna be. You may even be somebody who wants to be the manager. You may feel like I love this job, but I don't love my manager. I don't like these situations. I don't like the staff and how they trying to make me compete for this situation where I'm already done with this. And when I say already done, I'm talking about being in this space where you're at this job and you've learned all of the positions. You know how to do all of the tasks there, and the place don't even function properly unless you're there, and you're the one that has been able to cut through all of the problems, and you love that, but you don't like the position that you're in. You want to be the boss. Let's see what's up under that. Yes, it's either you want to be the boss or you want to move on. We got the chariot up under that. So again, I'm picking up on the fact that you may be wanting to have a different outcome. You want to move towards a different outcome. What's up under that? Yes, you want a victory. You want to be recognized for. You want to be recognized for the things that you bring to the table. Either they are going to realize that and move you up, or you're gonna be ready to go. So I'm picking up on the fact that your gifts will make room for you, and you realizing this is gonna add problems for you. I mean, not problems, but it's gonna eradicate the problems, and it's gonna give you power and give you the ability to solve it and give you the solutions that you seek. My financial success does not require hard work. Then I just tell that you ain't in this space of having to compete with these people, because you understand that your financial success does not require you to work as hard as they have been projecting you having to work. Like this whole sense of rivalry, this competition, this clashing with the employees, having to fucking battle it out for this position when you like, girl, you probably been there longer. You know, like I said, you know all the positions. You know how to do this, that, and the other. And they only want to give you a raise. And the raise probably not even as much as you really deserve. If you believe that you must work hard in order to deserve the money that comes to you, then money cannot come to you unless you do work hard. Financial success, or any other kind of success, does not require hard work. It does require alignment of thought. You simply cannot offer negative thought about things that you desire and then make up for it with action or hard work. When you learn to direct your own thoughts, you will discover the true leverage of energy alignment. So I feel like that's what you're moving towards. You're moving towards this space of being in alignment with yourself, being in alignment with what you see for yourself, what kind of life you want moving forward. What was that? Yeah, because you're trying to focus on the decisions, you weighing the pros and the cons, and you seeing all of the different varieties that's out there, and you may have probably been putting in different job applications or whatever, but you really don't even understand that you don't even have to do all of that. Again, I keep hearing your gifts will make room for you. I'm picking up on the fact that this could be somebody who is very talented and they have outgrown this particular company, and the company do not see you as valuable as you actually really are, and so they having you being in this space of one, I feel like I said, you know all of the outs and ins of the job. This is what I'm sensing. You know everything about this job. You've been there for a while, you've mastered it. But new people are coming in and they're playing these mind games with you, as in trying to make you compete. There may actually even be a high turnover. Let's see. Yes, stuck, stagnant, stalled. So again, I feel like these people behind the scenes, they want you to feel like this. They want you to feel stuck, stagnant, and stalled. They want you to stay in this position. They want you to continue working and carrying on the way that it's been carrying on. They don't want you to weigh your options. They don't want you to see the pros and cons of even moving forward, because they want you to still feel like you have to really work hard to live in this life. And I just been picking up on the fact that you are beyond that. I feel like they doing this. I'm only gonna give you a lot. I mean, a lot. Maybe you may be asking for a lot from them, but I feel like they're only gonna give you a little so they can keep you bonded. Because this is the devil, temptation, tricks, bondage. Like they want to keep you bonded. They want to keep you stuck and stagnant, so that you can be questioning your decisions. They want you. I'm also picking up on the fact that they want you to feel like you don't have any decisions. Uh, that you don't have any pros and cons. I'm just really feeling trickster energy. It's an illusion. Illusion, shadows, illumination, and you being illuminated to this. You could also be somebody who work at nighttime. You probably work the night shift, and um, they're feeding off of your fears. They trying to confuse you because you know a lot of times, like say if you are somebody who work the nighttime, the night shift or whatever. Uh, by the time you get off, you working overnight. You get off in the morning, you're gonna be tired. So you're not gonna really have the energy to want to seek another job. And then you're so used to working at night, that's gonna throw your internal clock off. You might not be somebody who have a lot of extra free time during the daytime because you want to rest, depending on how many hours you work, and then whatever you have going on in the daytime. And so they working in the shadows, trying to keep you stuck and bound, wanting you to work hard, making it harder than it actually really has to be. That's what I'm hearing. But again, I feel like uh, chariot card, speedy transport, momentum. Like you're gonna get up out of there anyway. Bottom of the deck. What we got? Ten of coins, fortune, riches, stability. Like you're gonna move towards stability anyway. That's it's just inevitable, and they're gonna be eluding themselves because you are now aware that your financial success does not require hard work. You probably be somebody like how I used to back in the day. I used to work night shift. Child, this was like years ago. Child. I used to work night shift, and this was when I first got into tarot. And I used to be like listening to readings at nighttime, which a lot of readings kind of led and pushed me to even leaving that job in the first place, and then moving on to another job to where I worked in the daytime. Yes, surrender your burdens. Heavy burdened, and you need to surrender. Ten of wands. So you're gonna surrender to this. Bottom of the deck. You're gonna surrender to. That's the decision that you're gonna make. So that's the reading. That's the energy that I've been picking up on. And if this reading resonated with you, hit that thumbs up button, and I will see y'all in the next one. Remember that your gifts is gonna make room for you. Don't be scared to take that leap and stand your ground and set your boundaries and to know your worth. Because you can have, be, and do anything that you want to. You don't have to stay stuck and stagnant in the same old situation when you realize that that's not what's going to be working for you. There's a solution out there that can help you. But you got to ask first. You got to ask the divine to bring it to you and believe it.